Alright, everybody, welcome to Factor Talk Radio. Before we get into it here, let's go to the phone lines. Here's Andrew from Illinois. Andrew, you're on Junior Factor Nation. Go ahead, please.
I guess what I want to talk about is about pretty much the election and Obama. With this whole election, like I said before, it just feels like the 2008 election where we don't really have a lot of options.
It is. It's almost an exact clone of the 2008 election. I mean, Romney, I think, is better than John McCain, but he's no Ronald Reagan. And what we need to get us out of this mess right now is a Ronald Reagan. But you're right. There's no clear choice.
Because how I think about Romney is that he may be economically conservative, but he's socially liberal.
Right, and what frustrates me so much about Mitt Romney is that I do not trust the guy yet. The guy has gone back and forth on so many social issues. He's gone back and forth on abortion, same-sex marriage. I don't trust him yet, and right now he says that he's against same-sex marriage and he's against abortion, but who's to say that when he gets elected, he's not going to flip-flop again and be more socially liberal? That's what scares me about this guy.
He's pretty much been doing, what Obama's been doing, because during the 2008 election, he was all like, "Oh, I'm a Christian, I'm this and that," but once he got elected, then he showed his true colors.
Right, exactly. Now, do you think Mitt Romney is going to end up winning the election, or do you think we're going to have another 4 years of Obama?
That's actually the scary part because it's so close. I know there's like another 2 months to go, but
yep.
But I'm actually starting to get scared.
Yeah.
That Obama might win again, and if Obama does win, I think he's just going to stab us in the back. Like what you had with this meeting with the Russian president.
Right. I'll have much more flexibility.
Yeah, I have more flexibility. Okay, to me, that translates. Once I get reelected again, I'll stab my own country in the back, and you can finish them off. Right.
It's a scary thought. Have you seen the new Obama 2016 movie?
Yes, I have.
What'd you think of that?
It's not really surprising, because I already know all this stuff.
Right, but it connected the dots very well, I thought, right?
Yeah, I think the movie should have been called Dreams from My Father, because that's what it was mostly about.
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's scary stuff. You're absolutely right. And if President Obama gets another 4 years, I don't even think we're going to recognize this country anymore. And what Mitt Romney, I think, needs to do. You mentioned how President Obama was talking to the Russian president, saying that he's going to have much more flexibility. These are the kind of things that Mitt Romney needs to go after. Mitt Romney needs to be directly attacking President Obama's radical views. He needs to be saying about his radical czars. He needs to be saying about his plan to fundamentally transform the country and his radical roots. Those are the kind of things that Mitt Romney needs to be going after.
I totally agree. But it seems to me that Romney is sort of backing off from that, as if he's scared to attack him.
Yeah. And that's a problem because we need someone to really go in there and to say it like it is. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. We need this president out immediately. Literally our future of this country depends on it.
Oh yeah.
Now, are you going to be voting in this next election?
Yeah.
Nice.
I voted last year.
Okay.
I voted for John McCain.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did not want Obama, in the first place.
Right. I understand that. If I could have voted last election, I would have voted for McCain too, even though he was not the best choice either. But better than Obama.
Now I want to get to Obama himself.
Mm-hmm.
Just in these 2 weeks, he's really been ticking me off.
Why is that? He's been taking me, Andrew. He's been taking me off for the past 4 years. But explain why he's been taking you off in the past few weeks.
He's been having me upset throughout the four years, but for the past 2 weeks, with the whole Libya attack,
Mhm.
he's really been ticking me off.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Well, the big Andrew, the big bad Americans. We hurt the religious feelings of the Muslims. I mean, we're terrible.
Yeah.
We should be apologizing. I mean, the president, he seems to be, he's bowing down to other countries. He wants America to kind of fall down in the world, and other nations like the Middle East to rise up. That's what's so scary about this president. And you're right. His ideas on foreign policy and his refusal to meet with Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, is really scary because he's stabbing our allies in the back and siding with our enemies. He's a traitor in many senses.
Yeah, because I don't even know why the Obama supporters are even still with him. Because he pretty much just.
Andrew, you there? All right. Well, Andrew told me before, or on the commercial break, that he's experiencing some bad weather there, which is probably why we're losing him so much. So, Abby's calling back. Andrew, you there?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So real quickly, I don't have a lot of time. I don't have a lot of time myself, so I'm gonna make this quick.
Okay.
It just baffles me how even his supporters are just so accepting of this. I once talked to someone who was a big time Obama supporter. And he said to me, he was like, "Oh, Obama is so great, and Reagan was the worst president we've ever had." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, I mean, those kind of people, you can't. I mean, it's so frustrating, Andrew, because we get so many callers like that on our show too, who say, "Oh, Obama's great, Reagan was bad, conservatives are evil," and it's like our policies work. Low taxes. History has shown that low taxes, limited regulation, it works.
Oh yeah, and all these people will respond and liberals will respond "Oh, but you only want to help the rich. You don't care about the poor."
That's BS.
Because if everybody, rich, middle, or poor, if everybody had the same tax rates, they will all they'll all be able to go higher.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I've always been an advocate of the flat tax rate too. I think that'd be a great idea, and I think we need to adopt that kind of a system in our country.
Factor Talk Radio.